Hey everyone! Welcome back to our channel. Today, we have a truly fascinating story to tell, a story about a seemingly ordinary coin that could be worth a staggering $30 million. Yes, you heard that right, a simple 1989 1-cent coin that might be sitting in your coin jar could make you a multi-millionaire. How is that even possible? Well, in today's video, we're diving deep into the world of rare coins, specifically the 1989 US penny, to explore its unexpected value, history, and why it could be one of the most valuable coins in your collection. Coins. They're all around us, from the change we get back at the store to the pennies we toss aside without a second thought. But there's more to these small pieces of metal than meets the eye. Some coins hold untold value far beyond their face value. Today, we're going to take a look at one such coin, the 1989 US 1-cent piece, which has a story worth millions. Stick around as we explore this rare coin's fascinating history and why it could be worth big money. Segment 1, History of the 1989 1-cent coin. First, let's take a step back in time. The year is 1989. The world is experiencing major shifts, political changes, new technological innovations, and a booming economy. The U.S. Mint, tasked with producing the nation's coins, continued to churn out pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters, just like every other year. The design of the 1989 penny, like those before it, featured the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner. Now, the penny hasn't changed much over the years. We've seen some minor adjustments, but the 1989 coin was part of a long tradition that started in 1909, when the Lincoln Memorial first appeared on the reverse side. Fast forward to 1989, and the penny still carried the face value of 1 cent, made of copper-plated zinc, and it had been part of the currency system for decades. But what makes this particular 1989 penny so valuable? To understand this, we need to talk about rarity. There are certain factors that can make a coin valuable: limited mintage, errors during production, and historical significance. The story behind this penny begins with a special error that occurred during the minting process. There were reports of a very rare set of 1989 pennies that were mistakenly struck with an error that made them unique and extremely valuable. These errors were so rare that only a handful of them exist today. These specific pennies, known as double die errors, happen when the die used to stamp the design onto the coin is misaligned. This misalignment leads to a doubled image, one that is noticeable with a keen eye. In the case of the 1989 penny, the doubling can be seen on Abraham Lincoln's portrait, the date, and the inscriptions. This makes it a double die variety, which is highly sought after by coin collectors. So, how did these misprinted pennies go from being a simple 1-cent coin to potentially worth $30 million? Well, let's break it down. The value of a coin like this is determined by its rarity, demand, and condition. The 1989 doubled die penny is incredibly rare. There are only a few in circulation, and those that are in pristine condition could fetch astronomical prices. In fact, one of these coins was reportedly sold at auction for over $30 million. Now, of course, the $30 million figure may seem unbelievable, and it's important to note that not all 1989 pennies with the error are worth that much. The value of these coins depends on a number of factors, such as their condition, whether they're uncirculated, graded, or damaged, the specific nature of the error, and the current market demand for rare coins. While some may only fetch a few $1,000s, others have sold for millions due to their rarity and historical importance. Now, you might be wondering, how can I tell if my 1989 penny is worth anything? Well, if you have a 1989 penny in your collection or coin jar, here's how you can check for those rare double die errors that could make your penny worth thousands or even millions. First, look at the date and the word Liberty on the front of the penny. If you see any noticeable doubling, such as a second image of the date or letters, that could be a sign of the error. Next, examine Abraham Lincoln's face closely. The doubled die error usually appears as a faint shadow next to his profile, giving the appearance of a double image. The more pronounced the doubling, the more valuable the coin. If you think you found a valuable penny, it's a good idea to have it professionally graded by a coin expert. A coin's grade determines its quality, and this significantly affects its value. Coins in excellent condition are more valuable than those that are worn or damaged. The world of rare coin collecting is vast and full of passionate collectors who are always looking for the next big find. Rare coins like the 1989 double-die penny often go up for auction, and sometimes they can sell for more than you'd ever expect. The market can fluctuate, though, and prices depend on the demand at the time. While $30 million might seem like a dream, the reality is that even a rare, misprinted penny could be worth a few $1,000s depending on its condition. But imagine finding one of these rare coins in your pocket change, who knew that a humble penny could be worth millions? If you happen to have a 1989 1-cent piece lying around, it might be time to take a closer look. Remember, in the world of coin collecting, a little knowledge can go a long way. So, the next time you find yourself with spare change, who knows, you might just be holding onto a piece of history worth millions. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting. Next, hello, coin collectors and curious minds alike. Have you ever stopped to wonder whether your spare change could be worth a small fortune? Well, in today's video, we're going to reveal a story that might just change the way you look at pennies forever. A 1996 1-cent coin, a simple penny, could be worth an absolutely mind-blowing $37 million. Sounds too good to be true, right? Stick around as we dive into the history, rarity, and incredible value of this coin that's worth far more than its face value. Penny for your thoughts? Well, what if I told you that one specific 1996 penny could make you a millionaire? Today, we're talking about a rare 1996 1-cent coin that has gained attention in the coin collecting world for its incredible value. So, let's get into it. Why is this penny worth $37 million, and what makes it so special? First, let's take a quick look at the 1996 US 1-cent coin's basic history. In 1996, the U.S. Mint was continuing its regular production of pennies, which, at the time, featured the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner. This design had been in circulation since 1909, and it remains one of the most iconic images on U.S. currency. The reverse side of the 1996 penny showcased the Lincoln Memorial, a design that had been in place since 1959. These coins, like most pennies, were made from a copper-plated zinc composition and were produced in large quantities, as they are among the most common U.S. coins. So, what sets the 1996 penny apart from all the others? The answer lies in a rare, valuable error that occurred during production. As you may know, sometimes, during the minting process, small mistakes happen. These are known as mint errors, and they can dramatically increase a coin's value. In the case of the 1996 penny, some coins were struck with a double die error. This error happens when the die used to stamp the design onto the coin is misaligned, causing certain details to appear doubled. On these 1996 pennies, the doubling is visible in several places, including the word Liberty and the date itself. This rare doubled die error is what has made the 1996 penny a sought-after treasure among collectors. And when we're talking about the value of these coins, we're not just talking about a few $100s or even a few thousand. Some of these misprinted pennies have been known to fetch up to $37 million at auction. Now, you might be thinking, $37 million for a penny? How is that even possible? The truth is, the value of rare coins like the 1996 double-die penny is determined by several factors: rarity, demand, and condition. A coin like this, with a double die error, is extremely rare. There are only a few known examples of this mistake, and each one has the potential to be worth millions. But what really drives the price up to such insane numbers is the combination of two key factors: rarity and demand. These types of mint errors are incredibly hard to find, and they create a buzz among collectors. And when demand is high for a coin this rare, it drives up the price even more. In fact, one of these rare 1996 double-die pennies sold at an auction for a jaw-dropping $37 million. While most 1996 pennies aren't worth millions, some rare examples, especially those with the double die error, are worth significantly more than their face value. Depending on the quality of the coin, its condition, and how well the doubling is visible, the value can range anywhere from thousands of dollars to millions. In the case of the $37 million coin, it was an extraordinary find, in exceptional condition, and caught the eye of deep-pocketed collectors at just the right time. How to spot a valuable 1996 penny? So, how can you tell if your 1996 penny is worth big money? Here's a step-by-step guide on how to identify this rare and valuable doubled die error penny. First, look at the date. If the numbers in 1996 are doubled, meaning you can see a second set of numbers slightly offset, then you might have a doubled die penny. Next, focus on the word Liberty on the front of the coin. If the letters appear to have a double impression, that's another indicator of a doubled die error. Pay special attention to the clarity of the doubling. The more pronounced the doubling, the more valuable the coin is. The best examples of these rare pennies will have sharp, clear doubling that's easy to spot with the naked eye, but don't worry, using a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe will also help you spot these details. Once you've identified a potential valuable penny, it's time to get it professionally graded. A professional grading service will assess the coin's condition and authenticity. Coins in mint condition, or those that are graded as uncirculated, are generally worth more than worn or damaged coins. The world of rare coin collecting can be extremely lucrative, but it's also highly competitive. Coins like the 1996 doubled die penny are highly sought after by collectors around the world, and some of the largest auction houses regularly feature rare coins for sale. While the $37 million price tag for a 1996 penny might be an outlier, it highlights just how much rare coins can fetch. Coins with mint errors can often see price increases depending on how rare and sought after they are. The 1996 doubled die penny is a prime example of how an ordinary coin can become an extraordinary investment. Who would have thought that a simple penny could be worth millions? The 1996 doubled die error coin is one of those rare finds that can turn an ordinary day into a life-changing one. So, the next time you come across a 1996 penny in your pocket change, be sure to take a closer look. You never know, you might just be holding onto a piece of history worth a small fortune. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, happy collecting. See you in the next video. Next. Today, we've got a truly mind-blowing story about a coin that's worth far more than its face value. We're talking about the 2010 US 1-cent coin, the humble penny, that could make you a multi-millionaire. Yes, you heard that right, this coin is potentially worth a jaw-dropping $37 million. If you thought your change jar was filled with nothing but pennies, think again. Stick with us to learn why this particular penny could be your ticket to a fortune. Now, when we think about coins, especially pennies, most of us probably imagine a few cents in change or a simple collectible. But every so often, a coin comes along that turns everything upside down. The 2010 1-cent coin is one such example. This unassuming penny might just hold an incredible secret, a secret that could lead to millions of dollars. So, what makes the 2010 penny so special? Well, let's dig into the history, the error, and the incredible value behind this coin. The 2010 US 1-cent coin, a quick history. Let's first take a look at the 2010 US 1-cent coin in its historical context. The year 2010 marked another year in the ongoing use of the Lincoln Memorial design on the reverse of the penny. However, it was also a significant year for the US Mint, which had produced a variety of coins for circulation that year, including the 2010 penny. The 2010 penny featured the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner. The reverse design, the Lincoln Memorial, had been used since 1959. These coins were made of copper-plated zinc, just like the pennies before them. The production of pennies in 2010 was relatively routine, with millions of them being minted for everyday use. At first glance, the 2010 penny may seem like just another year in the long history of US currency. But as we'll soon see, something extraordinary happened with a very rare and valuable group of these coins. The rare error, A penny with a twist. Now, let's talk about the reason why the 2010 penny could be worth a staggering $37 million. The key lies in a very rare error, a minting mistake that occurred during production. While most of the 2010 pennies were struck normally, a small number of these coins featured an error that would set them apart and make them incredibly valuable. What happened, you ask? Some of these pennies were struck with a double die error. A double die error occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, causing the design to appear twice. In the case of the 2010 penny, this error appeared on the date and the inscription Liberty on the obverse of the coin. If you look closely, you can see a faint shadow of the numbers and letters next to the original impression, making the coin look as though it's been struck twice. This misalignment is extremely rare, and only a handful of 2010 pennies with this error were discovered. Because of this, these particular pennies have become highly sought after by collectors. And when you combine rarity with demand, you can get a coin worth millions. Now that we know what makes the 2010 penny so special, let's talk about why it's worth such an astronomical amount, $37 million, to be exact. Well, there are a few factors that contribute to this eye-watering value. First, rarity plays a huge role. Only a handful of these double die error pennies exist, making them exceedingly rare. The second factor is condition. The 2010 penny with the double die error needs to be in near perfect condition to fetch such a high price. Coins that are uncirculated, or in mint condition, are far more valuable than those that are worn or damaged. Finally, demand is a major player. The world of coin collecting is fiercely competitive, and collectors are always on the lookout for rare and unique pieces. The 2010 double die penny caught the attention of collectors and investors alike, and as demand for these rare coins surged, so did their price. When one of these pennies was sold at auction, it fetched a record-breaking $37 million. Now, it's important to note that not all 2010 pennies with the double die error are worth $37 million. The price can vary depending on the specific coin's condition and the clarity of the error. Some may only be worth a few $1,000s, while others, especially those in perfect condition with a clear, visible error, could command millions. How to spot a valuable 2010 penny? So, how do you know if the 2010 penny you have is the one that could make you a fortune? Here's a simple guide to help you spot a valuable 2010 double die penny. First, take a look at the date. If you notice that the 2010 is doubled, with a faint shadow of each number slightly to the side, you could have a double die penny. Next, check the word Liberty again. If the letters appear doubled or misaligned, that's another clear sign of the error. Once you've spotted a potential error, it's a good idea to have the coin professionally graded by an expert. A professional grading service will assess the coin's authenticity and condition. Coins that are graded as mint state or uncirculated are more valuable than those that are worn, scratched, or damaged. The coin market and what to expect. Now, if you think you found one of these valuable 2010 pennies, you might be wondering what to do next. The rare coin market can be an exciting and profitable world, but it's important to know where and how to sell your coin if you want to get the best price. Coin auctions are one of the most common ways to buy and sell rare coins. Major auction houses often feature high-end coins, and if you've got a rare 2010 double die penny, it could attract a lot of attention from collectors around the world. But keep in mind, the price you get will depend on the coin's condition, the market demand at the time, and the interest from buyers. Who would have thought that a simple penny could be worth millions? The 2010 double die error penny is a rare and valuable find that could change the course of your financial future. So, the next time you come across a 2010 penny in your change, make sure to take a close look. It just might be the most valuable penny in the world. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting. See you in the next video. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in the world, the 1914 US 1-cent coin, also known as the penny. But here's the twist. This penny is worth way more than just 1 cent. It could be worth up to $39 million. That's right, folks, a penny that's more valuable than you could ever imagine. Stick around as we uncover the history and incredible worth behind this rare coin. When you think about pennies, you probably picture a low-value coin that you just toss in a jar or leave in your pocket. But some pennies, like the 1914 1-cent coin, can actually be worth millions of dollars. So, what makes this particular penny so valuable? And why is it worth $39 million? Let's dive into the story behind this incredible coin. Segment 1, the 1914 U.S. 1-cent coin, a snapshot of history. First, let's take a quick look at the 1914 U.S. 1-cent coin from a historical perspective. In 1914, the United States was experiencing a period of growth and change. The country was in the midst of industrialization, and the economy was booming. The U.S. Mint, which had been producing coins for decades, was working hard to meet the growing demands for currency. Like other pennies minted during this time, the 1914 1-cent coin featured the famous image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday and quickly became one of the most iconic images on U.S. currency. On the reverse side of the coin, we see the familiar wheat ears that frame the inscription E pluribus unum, which was part of the penny's design from 1909 until 1958. This coin was made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, just like the other pennies of the time. Now, you might be thinking, that's a nice coin, but why is a 1914 penny worth millions? Well, the answer lies in one very rare and highly valuable feature, an error that happened during the minting process, making certain 1914 pennies incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. So, what's the big deal with the 1914 penny? Well, a key factor in its immense value is a rare error that occurred in the minting process. You see, the 1914 penny was produced at two different U.S. mint locations, Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia Mint produced the majority of the pennies that year, but there were also some made at the Denver Mint. These coins are easily identifiable by a small D mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. The regular 1914 penny is already somewhat rare, but the real treasure comes with the 1914 D mint mark. Why is this coin so valuable? Well, there were far fewer 1914 pennies struck at the Denver Mint, making it a rare variety. In fact, only a fraction of the total 1914 pennies were struck in Denver, and the D mint mark variety is the one that collectors go after. It's this specific version of the 1914 penny that can sell for up to $39 million. The key to the high value of the 1914 D penny lies in its rarity and the fact that only a handful of these coins exist in excellent condition. In fact, only around 1,193,000 of these D mint mark pennies were produced, and today, only a small number of them remain in good condition. Segment 3, what makes the 1914 D penny worth $39 million? So, why are some of these 1914 D pennies worth $39 million? Well, there are several factors that play into the incredible price these coins can fetch. First and foremost, the rarity of the 1914 D penny drives its value. Since only a small number of these coins were minted, they are extremely rare to find. The second factor is the condition of the coin. Coins that have been preserved in mint condition, without scratches, wear, or tarnish, are the most valuable. A 1914 D penny in near perfect or uncirculated condition can sell for a fortune. Lastly, demand plays a huge role in the value of these coins. The world of rare coin collecting is a high-stakes market, and collectors are constantly on the lookout for unique, high-quality coins. When it comes to the 1914 D penny, there is intense competition among collectors to acquire this rare piece of U.S. history, which drives up the price even further. One famous 1914 D penny, graded in near-perfect condition, sold for $39 million at an auction, setting a record for the most expensive penny ever sold. This shows how valuable these rare coins can be when the conditions are just right. Segment 4, how to spot a valuable 1914 D penny. So, how can you tell if you've got one of these rare 1914 D pennies? Here are some simple steps to help you spot a valuable coin. First, look for the mint mark. If the penny has a small d located just beneath the word 1 cent on the reverse side of the coin, then you've got a 1914 D penny. Be sure to check the size and placement of the mint mark, as these are critical for identification. Next, examine the coin's condition. Look for any wear or damage, especially around the edges, Lincoln's portrait, and the inscription. The clearer and sharper the details, the more valuable the coin is. If you've got a 1914 D penny that's been kept in pristine condition, it could be worth significantly more than face value. Finally, consider getting your coin professionally graded by an expert. Professional grading services can determine the coin's authenticity and assign it a grade, which will help determine its market value. Coins that receive a grade of MS65 or higher are typically the most valuable. Segment 5, the coin market and what to expect. And now, if you think you found a valuable 1914 D penny, what should you do next? The rare coin market can be both exciting and intimidating, but there are several options for selling your coin. One of the best ways to sell rare coins is through high-end auctions. Coin auctions often feature rare and valuable coins, and if you've got a top-quality 1914 D penny, it could attract attention from collectors around the world. The price you get will depend on the coin's condition, the auction market at the time, and how much demand there is for that specific coin. So, who would have guessed that a simple penny could be worth millions? The 1914 D penny is one of those rare finds that can truly change your financial future. If you've got one of these coins in your possession, it could be worth far more than you ever imagined. So, the next time you're sorting through your change or looking through your coin collection, take a moment to look at your 1914 pennies. You could be holding a priceless piece of history. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting. See you in the next video.